Carlos Nelson with the Kansas City Business Association, and this week is Restaurant Week here, and we have a special guest that's dealing with Black restaurants here in Kansas City and in Missouri in general. I do believe, I don't want to misstate. Who do we have here?
Hello, my name is Alycia Hightower. I am the National Restaurant Coordinator for Black Restaurant Week, LLC.
Tell our audience a little bit about what that's about. What it is you do, how long have you been doing it, and give me a rating, your rating 1 to 10 on where you're at on what you're doing.
Awesome, I can definitely do that. Well, Black Restaurant Week, LLC is 5 years old. The first year, we actually expanded to Atlanta and Oakland. Year 2.
Where did you start off? Because your sound went bad for a second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. We started in Houston, Texas 5 years ago. We decided to expand to multi-city. So second year, we went to Houston, Oakland, and Atlanta. Year 3, we did 6 cities: Houston, Philly, New Orleans, LA, Dallas, and Atlanta. Year 3, we did 8 cities, all the ones I named, and we added in Indianapolis, and Oakland came back. And it was such a great success in Indianapolis. We actually partnered with the Urban League with their national convention. And to me, Indy feels a lot like Kansas City, you know? Mm-hmm. So I say, hey, y'all, we have to take this to the Midwest. You know, my city needs this. A lot of the Midwest cities need this. So this year, what we did is we actually added on a regional campaign component. So instead of it just being city-based, we did the whole Midwest as a region. So that's the campaign that's taking place right now in Kansas City, but also in Indianapolis. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio, Columbus, St. Louis, Chicago.
In St. Louis, what's going on in St. Louis? Give me a rundown a little bit, if you can, on that.
Well, what we did is that we wanted to touch multiple markets with this project. So, of course, we know St. Louis has some.
This program is brought to you by Black Star
Group. Group out there. Cisco was such a great community partner as well. And we were able to penetrate some of the restaurants out in St. Louis.
Do anything with Associated Grocery by any chance?
Associated Groceries?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but I'm a very
like Cisco, I'm saying they supply these restaurants with, and my whole thing with the Kansas City Business Association is to try to educate and get educated from my guests, and doors that might be open or doors that we might not know are there, to have a conversation on that, especially when you're trying to raise money and do your damn thing, and that's not an easy job if you Black entrepreneur out here.
Oh no, I mean, you know, we have to lean to our community partners and these big corporations when it comes to, you know, Black businesses, because, you know, they want our business, so we want them to support these businesses in return. I'm very grateful for the support that Cisco has done this year in multiple areas. Cisco Kansas City's been phenomenal. Cisco St. Louis was phenomenal as well.
You know who you're working with? You want to shout them on out?
Yes, Mr. Boone. Mr. Boone out in St. Louis has been amazing. Also here in Kansas City, I think her first name is Lindsay. I can't think of her last name. She's been phenomenal with doing a lot of introductions with a lot of different wonderful associations here in Kansas City. Shout out to Visit KC, also to the greater Kansas City Restaurant Association. They've been amazing. Visit Kansas City, Kansas has been amazing. So it feels really good to get that support here.
Yeah, all right, that's what's up. So give us the dates that this thing starts and when does it end? Let our viewers know about that. And
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you, I seen the mayor touting this
Sorry about that.
program, and he was at one of my old haunts, LC's. Was you there
Yes.
with him when he was there?
I wasn't. However, I'm very, very grateful to our mayor. I have to just, pause for the cause. The
Like
mayor
that.
taking time out out of all the things he has going on to really, even reach. When I first told him about the project, he said, absolutely, send any information to my office. We would love to know more. And they were so cooperative. I know he has a lot of things happening, and we wanted to try to do something with him and the restaurants while the news was there, but he couldn't make it. So he literally sent us an email, said he, had a prior obligation, and then literally within the hour he was at LC's and sent us pictures. So
All
he
right.
couldn't do, yeah, so that just meant a lot to me. He couldn't do the news that morning, but he still went and actually supported the actual campaign.
He's
And
coming on
LC,
the show. I think it's Monday.
oh really?
And I will let him know that you send your regards
Yes,
and that you really appreciate him getting on board with your project.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. And just a little fun
where
fact
have you?
about LC's. Has a sweet spot to my heart because my grandfather, who's 82, used to actually hunt and fish with Mr. LC back in the day. So, that's always a good conversation when I go in there and he asks how my grandfather's doing. And, he's 86 years old now. So, to have him go get his flowers while he can still smell them, I think is amazing.
Do you remember when LC just cooked out on the grill?
Of course.
Yeah, see, I go back because I lived in Sheridan Estates.
Okay,
And,
that's right
and
around the corner.
right, and so LC was my stop, and he grew that business. He grew it from nothing to a pretty
Absolutely.
decent size, and understanding what that struggle is about, and
Mhm.
from an economic standpoint, and
Absolutely.
it doesn't come overnight. I
It
was
doesn't.
happy to see him have that success, and then he was able to do much more hunting.
Absolutely. Take a little time off, right?
Right. So,
And
what
then also,
restaurants have you actually visited since Restaurant Week has started?
oh, I visited so many. First of all, let me just start from the beginning. Um, I'm super proud to say that this campaign being our first regional campaign to touch so many different states, cities throughout the Midwest. We have a total of 75 restaurants participating, and 30 of them are right here in Kansas City, whether it be caterers, food trucks, and brick and mortars. Because just a little bit about the project. What separates us from your typical restaurant week is pre-COVID, of course, the restaurant showcases the crown jewel, but we also have signature events to highlight those individuals that may not have a brick and mortar. So we have our Black Food Truck Festival, a Black catering competition, a Black bartending competition. We have a pop-up dinner for our executive chefs because a lot of them do not work in Black establishments. And we also have a restaurant consulting panel, which is more educational driven, to really provide the resources for our restaurateurs, whether it be franchising, product placement. One time we had Facebook as a sponsor, and they came and talked about the importance of digital ads and just how to really use social media to your advantage. So what we've done is kind of pivoted and done those things virtually. But as far as the week goes, we actually included our caterers and our food trucks to participate. What we also did is we made it free to participate due to COVID. We know financially a lot of restaurants are struggling right now to keep their doors open, and we wanted to provide them that platform, that national platform that they need to get some economic stimulation into their business.
Great, 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 great information. So, again, I had interrupted you. When did the week start and when does it end?
It started on August 2nd. It's going to end, I'm sorry, it started on July 24th. It ends on August 2nd, which is Sunday. So everybody across the Midwest, definitely here in Kansas City, Kansas, surrounding areas, please go support these restaurants. All of them have wonderful specials. So what happens is you go to our website, you click on the restaurant that you want to
Give
patronize.
them your website. Hold it. Give them your website. And if you have a Facebook page, give them your Facebook page and let them know where that flyer can be.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So our website is www.blackrestaurantweeks.com. blackrestaurantweeks.com. That's where you will find everything about our campaign. I'm so sorry. Everything about our campaign. Also, like the listed restaurants, their specials are listed there, their hours of operation, whether they do Grubhub, all of the details are there. Also, Facebook, Instagram is Black Restaurant Week.
Excellent. On closing, Ms. Hightower, is there anything explicitly you would like to say to prospective clients, prospective entrepreneurs that are thinking about going into the restaurant business? And because we're digital in all our formats, what would you say to the viewership, how important being able to transfer from the paper to digital way of doing business?
Wow. So I can understand the struggle. I'm high touch, low tech. I'm working my way into it. What I would say, if anybody that wants to get into the restaurant business, especially going into a digital is the way to go. You have to use the internet to market your business. You have to streamline your business and use different digital platforms to make your day go by easier, to keep accurate records. I mean, it's just so important to utilize all the technology that we have right now. And even if that's not your wheelhouse, because most people that are people of, that look like us, they're good cooks, but they might not be good at business. And so what I could give as advice is that you can't do everything yourself. Allow for people to come in and help you with the things that that you maybe aren't good at. And if that is a social media manager, if that is strictly a business manager to handle the everyday operations in your business while you do what you do best, which is cook. That would be my advice. But the digital is the way to go. I mean, even something as small as, I know here in Kansas City, a lot of people just use Facebook. Well, Instagram is very, very key because you use the right hashtags. People can find you there just through a hashtag. I'm not, sure people really utilize those hashtags on Facebook as much, but just some small tips like that when it comes to using the digital space to really grow your business and use it as free promotion.
Excellent. And what would you say to young high school kid? That's where it all starts.
It does. It does. What would I say to a young high school kid? Honestly, what I would say is don't ever think that you can't do anything. Dream big. Dream big. Don't let anybody tell you what you cannot do. There's multiple ways to success. Don't think you just have to take one road. And just keep on dreaming. I mean, the day you quit dreaming, the day you quit learning is a sad day. So I would say that to a high school kid for sure.
The road to success is always under construction.
Yes, definitely. But I'm super grateful for you giving me this opportunity today to come and talk about a project I'm so passionate about. Before we get off here, I have to also shout out Miss Jillian Hillshaw. She is our nonprofit partner who we support with our efforts for the past 4 years. She is a Kansas City native who I love tremendously. She's an agricultural lawyer who started her nonprofit called Farms, Family Agricultural Management Services, to help Black farmers save their farmland. A lot of the farmers lose their land due to, not having the money to fight things in court. if you think gentrification is bad here on the streets, you can only imagine what it's like on the farms. Also, they have a hard time staying competitive. So we've been able to help them by purchasing their produce, and then we turn around and donate it back to the impoverished areas in their communities. So far, the foundation has actually donated over 400,000 pounds of produce. So I would love to be able to just let Kansas City know that this project has deep ties to Kansas City with myself and definitely with Miss Hillshaw. So I thought that you guys definitely needed to know that.
Well, Ms. Hightower, it was a pleasure. As one of my interviewers, Mr. Jim Watts, always says.
Shout out to Mr. Watts. I love him.
Oh, you know Mr. Watts?
Mr. James Watt, I love him.
Yeah, Mr. Watts started this company with me.
Yes, he's over the Black Archive.
Right. and so he always would say it was a plum-pleasing pleasure.
I love it. Say that 3 times fast, right?
Right. But as we always sign off on all of our shows, sports, business, whatever, we ask our community to remember, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself.
Absolutely.
Program is brought to you by the Kansas City Business Association.